Tony Bennett, who has recently passed, and my condolences to his family and all his fans around the world. He was Bel Canto trained, and many looked at Tony as being sort of an anomaly. You know, how is it that this particular singer was able to sustain a professional career until he was in his 90s? Fundamentally, it was the Bel Canto mechanics, because there is an anti-aging effect to this work. And why is that so? The breath mechanics in Bel Canto are very, very different. And fundamentally, the vocal folds are never, ever stressed. There's never a point that they're being asked to do what they don't do naturally, which is remain in a state of closure and protect the airway. So this is a complicated part of the process for most singers, because we have ideas in our mind about how the whole thing works. You know, many of us have a belief system, for example, that we're supposed to take in a big breath and then we're supposed to use that air like gasoline across the vocal folds, sort of making the vocal folds do their job, forcing them to make notes. If you've ever struggled on a high note or collapsed on a low note, you know exactly what I mean, right? That the body has this sort of intrinsic consciousness in it that if we don't use force and thrust, nothing's going to happen. But what I'm going to suggest to you, and what I'm sharing with you in my new book, Sing Easy, The Magic of You, is that that may not be true. And what if it wasn't? What if the vocal folds could function at a very high level of efficiency with no force, with no thrust, with no upward movement of air at all, at least nothing that you can feel? Here's my belief. Not only can everyone sing, but everyone can sing well, and that it can be effortless to get the voice to do things like tune accurately and control air for an extended period of time and create beautiful, ringing, resonant sound that lights up your heart and everyone that's within earshot. I'm very excited to share what I understand, because it changes lives. It's changed my life, and I've worked with thousands of singers, and all of them are singing at a higher level, well into their 80s so far. So if you're curious, stay with me as I will share more of the pieces of the puzzle with you. Ciao bella.